You're working with the health professionals. The ones that are independent will have a much easier opportunity than the ones who are working with a large group or a hospital or employee. If they're employed by another person, then they are not the decision maker. The next thing we want to talk about is also bookmark the fact that he says once you get that lunch and learn, one of the best opportunities is to follow up with a patient seminar or an event for the doctor's patients. But another great option, I know you've had this happen lots of times, is staff. Starting with one of the staff members on the program first, they become your best candidate for finding a coach. So I think we're going to go next to Margaret, and Margaret's going to talk a little bit about referrals, or do we want to have Mark do that with the referral path? Mark, do you want to do the referral path?
Sure. I thought we were going to do events.
Okay.
Let me see. You're right. You're probably right. Don't listen to the moderator.
No, I'm listening to you. I mean, whatever you want me to do.
Yeah, do events. Then we'll do referrals afterwards.
Okay. So one of the, look, doctors are no different than anyone else except they're different than everyone else, right? I mean, they're people, but they're also in a world that's a very different world, and so I think it's about meeting them, right? And a health professional, as you know, is anyone with a license. Could be an RD, a PA, an RN, a DO, a chiropractor. Could be a personal trainer. Could be a Pilates instructor, right? So it's a pretty big world, and there are more and more people in these fields of health and wellness. So anywhere you can meet these people in meetings, I love meetings because I can meet a lot of people in a short time. Now, 1 or 2 lunches may be all you can do in a day, maybe just one. And getting quote unquote past the gatekeeper can be a challenge, even when you're really good. And so obviously lunches and what Dominic's doing and other people are very powerful. That's one way. Another way is to find out about meetings that people are doing, because people are always getting together, whether you're a plumber or a carpenter or an RD or chiropractor or cardiologist, doesn't matter. There are meetings all the time, health fairs. You just need to find out where they are. And if you get a booth and you have a mentor with you and someone who is in the field, you can just have conversations with people and meet people. The key is really building relationships. And you may find people who are interested in coming to the business right away. You may find people who say, I'd love you to share this with my patients, or they may want to get healthy themselves. But I love the smaller meetings and venues because the cost of booths can be inexpensive. You can share it with people, share the leads, and just get to meet people, get to know people, and share your story. It's obviously best to have a health professional behind the booth to support you if you're not. And sometimes that health professional, if they want to, they can give a talk at that event. So I did an RD event with one of our RDs, Janet Blum. I gave a talk. It was great. They don't typically allow you to say, you're not allowed to do Take Shape for Life talk. I said, great, no issues, no problem. I gave a talk on moving healthcare to the third hour, creating health. People loved it. And I said, oh, by the way, we have a booth outside. We do really cool stuff. So, people would come and stop at the booth. So the other great thing about doing events is it's a great way to train and work with other people and show them how you have conversations. Because I'll tell you, if you feel comfortable doing an event or doing cold calls like Rita and Dominic do, you can do anything. There's like nothing you will not feel comfortable doing. So it's really a great way just to get in the mix and just learn about yourself and your responses and take a breath and meet people and share and build relationships and learn about other events and learn what other vendors are doing. And that to me, I mean, I know there's a big emphasis on Facebook. I use Facebook. I think it's great. But personally, I'd much rather go to a meeting any day of the week or meet someone in person. That's just me. And there are a lot of great ways to do that.
Thanks, Mark. And let's just say one more thing, is that Mark mentioned some people, you have to cultivate trust. It's a relationship, and trust takes time, right? Sometimes people are not ready to try the program themselves. A health professional, Mark, if you could take 1 minute and talk about when somebody's not ready to do it themselves, but you've established enough trust that they might refer to you. We have this referral pad, and many of you have something similar. Well, let's talk about how referrals can work with a health professional.
Yeah, and this is really great. And actually, the person who originated this is yours truly, Greg Rex. Greg, thank you. So this is spread to some of the teams. So let me just share with you what in my experience does not work. If you have a card, a great business card, and you leave it, and the doctor is loving what you do maybe, but they don't really get it, but they support you and they say, oh, I'll give your card to people. Now you're waiting for patients to call you. That is highly unlikely to happen. I'm not saying it never happens, but it's probably not going to happen. So what you do here is you flip it, right? So the purpose of this card is for the health professional or a staff member to give it to people, and they share you, not the program, right? They don't share websites, they don't share labels, they don't share names. They say, hey, Mary, you told me you want to get healthy. Would you be interested in losing weight? Mary said yes. I say, hey, Mary, would you fill this out? I'm working with a great coach named Dominic. He would read it, would love to help you get healthy. I said, okay, if they reach out to you, and Mary says, sure, that would be great. Mary fills this out, and then you have a plastic bin with maybe a before and after picture on it, and Mary puts that in the bin. You call the office 2 or 3 times a week, and you develop that relationship. Hey, are there any cards in the bin? You stop by, pick them up. Now you reach out to the patients, right? So the beauty of that is you don't have someone trying to share the program who doesn't know what it is. They don't need to know what it is. What they're sharing you as a coach, right? And now you reach out to them. You're in a much better position now to have the conversation, establish contact, at least build a relationship. The other thing, which I think is a no-brainer, but I'm going to say it, really, I mean, being professional. And I love the word and I hate the word because it means different things to different people. I'm not talking about being perfect, but being professional is really, really important, because you're going to encounter a lot of people who aren't, you know, on your journey. And just in terms of these relationships, that really helps ensure the quality and the power of everything we do. And I'm not, please understand, I'm not implying people aren't. I just think it's really important to be on your game, right? And really mindful. But these cards, I think they're brilliant. And we've had a number of coaches use them, and they're really getting a lot of referrals, and that's a way of building the relationship as well with the practice.
Thank you. And these, I have a health professional who lost 65 pounds as a client. He has been interested in 4 years of being a coach, but once or twice a month I get a fax from his office with a referral from one of his patients that said, hey, my doctor said you were his health coach, can you help me? And it's just a fun relationship when they have that strong referral from a physician. It really carries a lot of weight. Let's take a few questions. I saw somebody about to raise their hand.